Hello viewers, it's Justin with Mach Speed Hobbies coming at you again today with another unboxing. Today we've got the Arrma Big Rock 3S BXL. This is the brand new version, the V3. There have been some significant changes on this one, probably more so than the other V3s that you just saw come out on my previous video. So let's tear into this box. Let's show you what this truck is all about. You're going to really like it. All right, so here we have it, guys. Horizon's done a lot of work with Arrma here lately to improve their products, and we really like what we're seeing. You know, from the new radios, the updates, new body work, and what have you. But they've made some, you know, really good technical strides with them as well. Besides their new branding. On this Big Rock, you've got more changes than the others. You've still got the easy access diffs. You've still got the easy access and removable motor and transmission. Speed control and electronics unit with servo comes out as a pod as well. Now you have new black style wheels on this one, and the new vented tires. Okay, so this truck, unlike the other ones, went a track adjustment. So this one is actually now 14 inches wide. It's 1.1 inches wider than the previous Big Rock. So out of the whole 3S lineup, this is definitely the widest and longest of all the trucks. It's going to be very, very stable in off-road situations. More travel to absorb all your bumps and jumps that you're putting this guy through. And you also have a new and improved 4-plate slipper clutch on these guys too. Now, this is also the same as the other V3 models that have come out. You've got the new the SCT Spectrum 3-channel radio that's included now. The motor has gone to a Spectrum Firma motor, and just like your large scale, like your 5th scales, these are coming with a new, what they call a Safe D pinion. The Safe D pinion actually has a D-shaped keyhole shape pinion that keys into the flat spot on the drive shaft where your set screw would normally lock down your pinion, but this actually keys in. There's a notch in the cut into the end of the drive shaft where a E-clip goes on as well. So even if your pinion gear, the set screw on it, if that set screw completely loosens up and falls completely out, the truck will still be able to move and stop. Most prevalently, stop. It can stop itself, so you're not in any danger of just careening off into something or hitting yourself or anybody else. So that is a real good safety feature. Also eliminates the annoyance of pinion gears falling off and you wondering why your car is suddenly not moving anymore. So that's really cool. We like that. Okay, so just like I went over in the previous video, the new SLT3 radio is what's included. It's simple, it's lightweight, it's easier in your hand, fits my large hand, but it's light enough for kids, and it's just, the bare minimum for what you need. It's got all your servo reversing functions there, power button, you've got your steering rate, throttle trim, and your steering trim up there, and then you've got this little rocker here that can operate a 3rd channel on the radio if need be. Okay, so first thing out of the box, my impressions are much better than what I had seen on the website photos. I was expecting an extremely drab black body. Now, I love murdered out vehicles. My own personal truck is black on black on black. I love it. It looks very flat, but I don't know if this even does it justice here. It is not completely flat. It's almost like a satin type finish on it. It's interesting. It's a little different. I really like it. I do like the way they've gone to the black wheels. I really think all the extra flash on the previous Big Rock kind of drove people away because they know it's just going to get scraped off when they start bashing this thing. You're not going to have that problem with this one. It just looks mean, which we like. It's a really cool looking truck. It's got that great big wheelie bar, heavily reinforced now, that the Granite's got, same as what the Granite's got on there. This has probably the biggest and most aggressive looking tire of the whole bunch of the V3s. It's a crew cab, so it's a long wheelbase. And like I was telling you before, this guy here has the longest A-arms out of the bunch too. So your track is about an inch and a half, or excuse me, an inch and a tenth wider than the previous version of Big Rock, which kind of made it look narrow. Now it doesn't have that problem. Your same clips they always use. They've got the tethers so you don't lose your clips. Body comes off easily. The clips are not in the way of anything, so they come off really well. I like the nice big wide bumpers on the Big Rocks. That's a plus. It helps protect that shock. I've seen guys bend a lot of shock shafts on a lot of different basher trucks, and this helps protect it directly in line with where that shock shaft comes out. The biggest change that I've noticed is that they have fixed the leaking issue with the shocks. All these vehicles have been coming out with nice and dry shocks. They're full of fluid. They've clearly fixed the problem, so I'm really happy to see that. They've changed the servo. You've got a nicer Spectrum servo. It's got a metal case for heat dissipation, metal gear train. That's a huge improvement. They've still got they've got a 100 amp BLX speed control in it. You've got extra capacitors that are wired in line, as well as with the two on the fan cooled speed control. The motor, here's your new Arrma motor. It's the same as the others. It's a 3200 kV motor, just like the others. If you can get a focus on that. The new Arrma motors are really doing well. They're extremely powerful and reliable. You've got the old heatsink they used to use, but they're attaching fans to these as well. So cooling will never be an issue. It wasn't an issue on the V2s, and it certainly won't be an issue on these guys. Same telescoping plastic drive shaft that just comes right out. These are really cool, the way you can just pull them back and remove the drive shaft just that quickly and then snap it right back in. Of course, you've got, now this is something that I wanted to mention. All the V3s have this, and I didn't mention it on the previous. They've got a better pull tab system here that's easier for the user to operate, where you can pull this latch up to scoot this transmission forward and out of the vehicle if you ever need to service it. So this was really difficult on the V2s. The V3s, they fixed that. It's a lot easier now. Now this is wired for an IC5 gold-plated connector. This is not a smart ESC, but it does take either EC5 or IC5 smart batteries in this, and it is the same Velcro strap style battery tray as it was before. Links and everything look the same. You've got a little bit longer drive shaft on this one, but still the heavy-duty plastic drive shafts. I've never had an issue out of these drive shafts. They hold up really well, and they're really easy to service if you do manage to break one. And then finally at the back, nice big bumper, and this nice huge wheelie bar. More stability. It's a lot wider. The previous one had a tendency to break this upper part if you landed on it hard. These right here won't do that. You've got a lot thicker bottom and top brace that goes all the way back to the bumper mount here. So all in all, this thing is really cool. Now, next thing I want to do is I want to show you the difference in width between it and the other models. Okay, so the first thing you'll notice is the wheelbase. The wheelbase on the Big Rock is considerably longer than the Granite. I'll be willing to bet it's probably fairly close to the Typhon, actually, being that it's similar in length. So your wheelbase is considerably longer, being the crew cab style. And then if you look at the track, even with the slightly skinnier tires, is still wider than, just a hair wider than the Granite. And you'll see if you line the wheels up here, you'll see that there is a little bit of difference in track. So the Big Rock is definitely the widest and longest out of this whole group. or maybe equal in length, I guess I should say, as something like the Typhon, because the Typhon is an 8 scale wheelbase. Okay, so put it up next to the Typhon rather. The Typhon, almost a whole tire width narrower. Of course, a buggy doesn't need to be as wide as a more low slung vehicle as far as length goes. Line them up. And it's what I suspected. You're sharing the same frame length, so your actually wheelbase length on that one is exactly the same. Alright, so when you put it next to the Sinton BLX, you are actually seeing the exact same frame length on this too. The wheelbase is the same. The thing that you will notice though is the tires being so much bigger, it will appear to be a longer wheelbase. If you're lining the front up, you can see that you've got considerable more, but I line the axles up, it's the same frame. So let's look at width. On width, if you line the faces of the tires up, you're still considerably wider, almost an entire tire wider than your Sinton. So very big, imposing truck. I predict this thing is going to be an absolute phenomenon on the market. It's almost like a cross between a monster truck and a truggy. Very cool looking truck. Of course, I like this entire new lineup. They're all really nice. The graphics are awesome. Check out that Sinton. So if you want to pick one up, we've got them here. And don't forget, we need subscribers. We need guys to like our videos. So we really enjoy making this content for you guys. So by all means, please try to support us. Hit that like, subscribe button, and sign up for notifications so that whenever our new videos come out like this, you guys will be immediately notified and you can come check us out. You guys have a great weekend.